Get the license number.
What?
The truck that run over your face.
You shot her twice? Is she dead?
I pretty much. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It is the Al Travis Show. We're lucky to have him. He's Jack Zimmerman, most fascinating man in America. Jack, how are you?
Good, Al. How are you doing today?
Do you know the name of the guy from that commercial, that Dos Equis commercial, most fascinating guy?
No, I don't actually know his name. No,
I know. Okay, well, you're him. You're him to me.
I'd take it.
Yeah. I just find you fascinating. A couple things. I know it sounds stalkery, so please take it for what it's worth. But I was watching your wife's Facebook page the other day. There's no way of saying that without sounding like a dirty old man.
You have to make it sound like it just came through your feed. Your wife's Facebook feed came through.
That's how. Okay, so your wife's Facebook feed came through because I was on her page. Your kid went on his first dance.
Yeah.
Your oldest went on his first dance, had pictures, and it was really quite cool. And it got me thinking, did Jack Zimmerman, most fascinating man in America, did you have game in 8th grade? Does your kid have game? I don't want to talk about him too much.
I would say that the kid's got more game than I do, for sure. He's a lot more confident than I ever was. But no, I didn't have no game. I had zero game. I was hoping that either I could impress them through playing sports or something else. But the thought of talking to them, I'd rather go to at that age. Combat sounded more doable than talking to a girl.
See, and I'm not sharing anything guys don't really know. In like 8th grade, 9th grade, I'm going to be a guess where you're going to that first dance. I had game. This guy had game. I'm telling you, it lasted. Oh, yeah. Because I wasn't scared to talk to the girls. I was like, what difference does it make? I remember the first dance I went to was at a church retreat thing, and all the girls on one side, all the guys the other, and all talking, oh, yeah, look at she's cute. I'll walk up, hey, you want to dance? They wanted to dance. That's why we were at the dance. We knew we were old enough to not just dance in circles. So I had game. And that literally
dance, Al. That was my problem. I couldn't dance.
Oh, I was a dancer. Oh, I got rhythm. I got a lot of that they call white man rhythm, which is racist, but that's what I got. I own that. But that being said, that was fleeting. Literally 2 years, and that was it. Because then all the other guys realized, hey, you get the girls if you're not go sit in the corner and be shy. They were good looking. They grew tall. I stayed short and stubby. And game was done. Game was over by 10th grade. But between 8th and 10th grade, this guy.
That guy.
Oh, yeah.
After that, though, that's when it all...
Now, everybody understood you weren't going to get a date if you didn't ask. So my one card I had to play was spent, and it was all over. Then I was a lot of obnoxious guy trying to get people to dance with him.
No game over here, Al. I wish, but what's the guy gonna do? You either got it or you don't. It's just something you're born with.
Well, see, and then you'd say that. Then you get boys, and don't tell me you're just fine with your boys not having game. You start trying to get them wound up for it, and you had the conversation. Son, you got to get out there. You're good. You try to buff up their ego a little bit, even if it's not true. Like, you're not awkward. Like, little Al, you're not awkward. Awkward as all get out, my kid. Barely walk straight, let alone, going to go dance with a chick. But you don't tell them that. You let them believe for a moment they got game to get the good-looking gal.
I tell them all the time, if a girl tells you no, you're still in the same position you were in before she told you no.
Zero lost some. That's exactly. See, that's what dads do. Now, on another note, we'll get to some big stuff here. Did you watch the Kentucky Derby? Are you a Derby guy?
Oh, yeah, I watched the little Derby. Oh, yeah, you got to watch the little Derby. I was hoping for Toby's horse. That's who I was pulling for, Toby Keith's horse.
Okay. See, the horse or something. That's the only horse I knew was one that made the paper because evidently the owner has a Minnesota tie, so they're trying to find some way that the Derby related to me. Right. I like horse racing. I've been in Canterbury 1, maybe 2 times. I enjoy it. I get it. But I only bet on horses by the name. I don't know anything else. And then what gets me, Jack, if you and I owned a horse, and if somebody wants to sell us a horse, here's what we do, Jack.
Yeah, it's here.
You name the horse Sure Winner.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Everybody's betting on your horse. You're making the money.
What choice you got but to bet on Sure Winner?
How is that? How am I coming up with that name? And then you get Secretariat. What? Here's the one thing I did find out. I don't follow a lot of it. Every horse in the Kentucky Derby this year is a descendant of Secretariat. Every
Well,
one
it
of those
makes
horses.
sense, though. Everybody wants a little bit of that speed.
That's amazing. Now, so you do watch it. Do you kind of build all the way up and you kind of hear all the stories? Okay. I spent 3 minutes.
I'm like 1 minute to race time.
Yeah.
You know, once they open the gates or drop the green, in my case, you know, that's what I'm used to, dropping the green. But
there you go.
Once the race is on, then I'm all eyes until it's over. So my Kentucky Derby experience was about, what, 40 seconds maybe?
Wouldn't you be good now as a jockey?
Oh, I mean, I think I would have been before, but I'd probably be twice as good now that I'm
That's
half.
what you're there. You're light, and the horse is like, who's on me? I have no idea. They're just flying. I think you could be a good jockey.
But now they couldn't get me for spurring either, Al.
Well, that you couldn't be kicking the horse in the groin like no one's on. Let me ask you though. I watched this thing this week, and the only thing I could think of is that poor guy in the back.
Yeah,
it was so wet and muddy. That guy had to been
whole time. I bet he gained 4 pounds just eating all that dirt.
I don't know. The horses didn't care, so I was watching the guy in the back thinking, why don't you just pull up, buddy? Your horse obviously doesn't deserve to be there. You know, even in the Olympics, right? If you're doing the 100-meter dash or whatever, you're all within, the same camera shot.
Yeah.
This guy at the end was, way back there.
What's worse, Al, having the worst seats at the Kentucky Derby or being the guy in last place racing in the Kentucky Derby? What's worse?
Oh, amen. Amen to that, buddy. You want to be up front just to keep the dirt out of your eyes. It was horrible. Anyway,
Once you just go wide, you ain't going to have a chance anyways. Once you just go wide, get out of the dirt.
Do you know how they get him into the race? I mean, did the horse at the end must have at some point put a pretty decent number on to get in. I mean, why is he 5 seconds, slower?
Yeah, I don't know. How does that even? I mean, is it that big of a difference? I mean, it's just. And I thought the conditions would play into it a little bit more too. Like, a horse would be better in wet conditions than he was in dry conditions. He's a mutter.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but here it goes again, Jack. And we've talked about this a little bit with NASCAR. Even the Kentucky Derby will go on if it's wet. Slow down, go forward. Yeah, you know who doesn't? NASCAR. Baby NASCAR drivers. I'm the best driver in the world, but I can't handle rain.
You know what, though? I think it'd be cool, like, just to put a little your spin on it, if they didn't get to see the course before they got there, but when they took off, there was going to be maybe 3 to 4 different obstacles they had to go through. Jump, go under, through.
They call that the steeplechase in the Olympics. I love that one because every now and again a guy doesn't make the water and he hits like, yeah, we should do that. Fair enough. Hey, sports wise, what are your kids doing now? Are we
basketball out? We're champs this weekend.
Well, I think I saw that, but this has got to be AAU or something like that. I mean, it's got to be something else.
Minnesota Rise League or whatever it is.
Okay, and it was in what? You went to Sioux Falls, conquered the South Dakotans, didn't you?
That was last weekend we went out there. We didn't have as much success out there. This weekend we were up in Forest Lake. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of kids still playing basketball this time of year.
That's my old stopping grounds. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, man, we had a great time. We went up there, won the first game. Pretty, I wouldn't say easily, but we won outright. Next game came down by 11 at half. Came back to win it by 3 or 4. Great game.
Nice.
And, man, the championship game, that was one of the funnest games I've gotten to watch in a long time, watching the kids play. It was back and forth the whole game. One team was up by 3. Their team would go up by 4. Back and forth, I mean, just like that the whole way, all the way till the end. And Cleveland ended up where, I should say Cleveland. It's the Minnesota Rise team now he's playing for. But we ended up winning then by 3, I think. 2 or 3. So just
your kid's
exciting game.
Your kid's a tall kid. I presume he's their center?
Yeah, he's the big guy out there. Yep.
But you're making him learn how to dribble the ball, right? I don't want to go. I don't want you.
I'm trying.
You don't want to raise a Gobert. Okay, I'm going to be honest. There are some tall people in basketball now that you can be tall but know how to dribble. Don't be a Gobert, a one-trick pony. Don't let him happen.
Nah, he's definitely got a lot of work to do in the ball handling department, but it's impressive what these kids at this age. I mean, they are so far beyond what we were ever at that age, dribbling-wise, shooting. I mean, these kids are just like Steph Curry. I mean, they step up and they're dropping threes. These kids are 12 and under out, and they're just pulling up and just making it rain all day.
No, it's fun to watch. Even if you don't have a pony in the race, you should run down and watch one of those AAU games because the talent is there. You'll see kids like you're like, really? 12 years old, you're doing that? No way.
And it's kind of cool because all these kids had a tryout. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I think it's good for sports ball if all kids make the team, but this is a tryout deal. So
Yeah.
every kid that's there wants to be there and, puts
Takes
in
it
his
serious.
effort all the time. And it just, every kid is so talented on the court.
I love it. Hey, you brought up the Timberwolves. Let's talk about them in a second, all right? I've got him. He's Jack Zimmerman, most fascinating man in America. More after this.
All the special interests are represented in St. Paul. But who speaks for you? Center of the American Experiment does. Our policy fellows dig into the tough issues that matter to you and offer common sense solutions on education, taxes, crime, and energy. American Experiment is the trusted, nonpartisan voice of Minnesotans like you. We are working every day to make Minnesota a better, safer, more prosperous place. We are American Experiment. Go to americanexperiment.org to learn more.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with DustLock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
Are you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS Show.
We've got him, Jack Zimmerman, America's most fascinating man. Your thoughts, you're a basketball guy. The Golden State Warriors winning last night over Houston and the Rockets. So that puts them up against the Timberwolves. And my family will be absolutely riveted in this. I have a couple of sons who grew up watching Golden State because Timberwolves weren't very good, and they fell in love with Steph Curry. And this will be tough for them. They're going to have to pick a side because I will not let them say it doesn't matter to me. They're going to have to pick a side and root. What are your thoughts in Golden State, Minnesota?
Well, we've already burned through one legend of LeBron. I don't know why we can't burn through one more legend of Steph Curry. I know Curry's been hurt, but he's getting healthy and he's going to be coming back in full swing. That's going to definitely throw a wrench in things for us. But I think that the confidence of the T-Wolves, I mean, if you were to listen to our show a couple months ago, you would never have thought we were going to be in this situation. And we said we're just going to take some time to figure this stuff out and play through it and let these egos play out. And that's exactly what's happened now is, the people have showed up. You know, I mean, look at the guys that have showed up and started hitting big shots, and Edwards has been unreal. You know, and
well, Edwards is good to Edwards, and any team can then double down and stop one guy, but you can't stop them all. And I know Rudy had a nice game this last game, but he had nothing the first four. The guy who I think gets the Medal of Honor right now is Julius Randle.
Yeah,
he's playing the best ball he's ever played in a playoff game. He seems to be leading this squad. He seems to feel the moment. I think Julius Randle's it, but I'm going to be honest. You've got Steph Curry now with Jimmy Buckets, who I was never a Jimmy fan, and you always have the crazy guy Green, whether he's going to make it through the game or not, who knows, with fouls. I don't know who you rooting for, Jack. You're gonna. Well, I mean, you're rooting for Minnesota.
Sure. I really think that Minnesota takes this series. I really do. I don't think that we're not there yet to the level that we're really going to have a challenge yet. I mean, we really made the Lakers look not difficult for playoff. I mean, we're talking playoff basketball. These games should be down to the wire every game, and we handled them pretty easily. I feel like.
I'm going to throw a little coaching on that. I called the Lakers win that in 6 or 7 because of both legends that are on the Lakers squad, but they literally didn't play people in the second half, right? They played 5 guys that whole time. You can't play a 40-year-old LeBron James for the entire half. Right. I think Golden State is a little longer in the bench. I don't think they're going to have that same issue. Steph Curry sits at the end of this quarter and that quarter. They have a pretty much laid out. That's not going to change. It's the matchups. It's whether Gobert can take Mooney, right? I mean, whether they're going to. So it's going to come down to those second and third layer guys. And that'll be interesting to me. I think this goes 6 or 7 games. My heart wants Minnesota. My head's going to say it's Golden State's to lose. I don't know if you can stop Curry if he wants to score.
You really think Golden State is going to be the favorite in this?
I'm telling you what I think. I want the Wolves.
Yeah.
But man, if I'm going to put $50 on it, I'm putting my $50 in Golden State. They just been there, done that. I don't know.
I think that's why, though, Al. I think that's the difference, though, this time, is they've been there, they've done that. They're not as hungry. Steph Curry's coming off an injury. He's not going to be as excited to go play in a championship. He's not feeling great. You know what I mean? He hasn't had the momentum going for him yet. Minnesota, on the other side, is a team that's really not supposed to be here, and they're going to be more excited for the opportunity. They just came off a huge series of the Lakers win. They're going to have a lot more rest than
that's true. They've been waiting around for a week.
I just think that the tables are turned a little bit more in Minnesota's favor.
Can we talk about timing? They don't start this game till 8:30. It'll be 8:45 on Tuesday for this ball game, and it's here at home. It's in Central Time Zone. They're not going to start that thing till 8:45. Why?
That's tough. I mean,
that's not right.
No, it's not. That's insane. I mean, to start a game that late at night, honestly.
It does a couple of things. It's a Tuesday game, so now you're telling fans, don't bring your kids. They're going to be here till 12:30, 1 o'clock on a school night. You know, we're getting down to finals. We don't care. We want the West Coast team to have this in prime time.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% what it is, I guess, yeah.
Because now you're looking at the East Coast. No one's going to watch that game. You in New York, you in Miami, you're going to say,
at night.
Start. You're going to stay up till 2 to watch a ball game? Workday? I don't say it. They are saying, I'm looking it up now, the line is Minnesota 6.5 points favorites here at home for that first game. So somebody's thinking with you, but it is home field advantage. That's worth 2-3 points there. So
Al, if you did East Coast radio or early morning radio, you could almost catch the end of the game live up. People.
Yeah. I want to be staying up for this one. God love them, but I'll watch as long as I can. And then I can't imagine. I don't do 12 o'clock anymore. I don't even watch New Year's. Jack, I got to fly, but I can't go without you letting people know about Beyond 5 Minutes, Lessons from a Wounded Warrior's Life Outdoors, the second of a 2-book set that are fantastic, motivational, like nobody's business. How do I get them?
Yeah, go to jackzimmermanmn.com or jackzimmermanusa.com and get a copy of my book there. You can get both copies there signed. You can reach out to me for motivational speaking there. A lot of stuff going on. Follow me on my social media, Jack Zimmerman USA on Instagram and other places like Facebook and Twitter and all that. So,
and we didn't cover you enough this time. Next week we'll cover all the stuff you're up to. Fair enough?
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Al, great talking to you today.
All right, Jack, go get him, my friend. Jack